Welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and today's story comes from Superman number 222 from May-June 1943, with story by Jerry Siegel and art by Ed Dubrotka. This is the third appearance of the Prankster. Now that it's all over, we can look back at it calmly. Perhaps we may even chuckle. But in those tense, bewildering days when the English-speaking world tottered between amazement and panic, it was no laughing matter. You, of course, know exactly what we're referring to, the most gigantic blackmail scheme of all history, launched by none other than the rollicking rogue, the Prankster. Yes, indeed, things certainly looked mighty black. Even super-powerful Superman was baffled. Now, for the first time, you can read the complete uncensored story of what happened when Superman and Prankster clashed in the historic days of the great ABC panic. So the Prankster is down on his luck, and he's out asking criminals for $5. Lend 5 clams to a tramp? You hand me a laugh. I'll have you cheap hoodlums know that I've touched the very pinnacle, the very peaks of criminal attainment. Why, there was a time when 100,000 smackers didn't mean that to me. Yeah, but now you come crawling for a measly $5. My brainstorms have netted millions. Maybe so, but when Superman finished with you, you had nothing left but a headache. Go on, scram. You and your big talk bore me. The word is go, not scram. No need for you to indulge in crude vulgarisms. To listen to him, you'd think he owned the English language. The hoodlum's words have a strange effect upon the Prankster. His cup-shaped ears begin wiggling like mad, a sure sign that the clown king of crime has been struck by inspiration. Egad, by Jove, and other exclamatory ejaculations. What's gotten into you? Why not let us in on the joke? Oh, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for $100 billion idea. So he goes to this, he tries to get an introduction to this criminal. The Prankster, he's got a reputation for making saps out of smart guys. Tell him I'm out. You! Fibbing is such an unwholesome trait. You should stick to the truth, Holloway, especially where it means billions of dollars in your pocket. I don't want to listen to you or your fantastic schemes. Get out. You'll listen or this gun will go off. So he whispers his plan in the criminal's ear, and the criminal is actually quite interested. Oh, just my little joke. There wasn't a gun there after all. When these hard-boiled big shots learn I've called about an idea of yours, they may scout me, but I'll take the chance. So he calls all of his associates and tells them the Prankster's plan, and they're very interested. Gentlemen, the Prankster has discovered what every criminal has sought since the world began, a legitimate racket. The word of P. Montgomery Sniff, world's greatest crook lawyer, is good enough for me. If it's legitimate, we've got no need to fear opposition, even from Superman. I assure you I'll take good care of your $1 million. So they're investing in his scheme, and he goes to the patent office. I wish something copyrighted. In compliance with the law, here are 2 printed copies and the $2 fee. There must be some mistake. This paper has nothing on it but the English alphabet. I know. You will now please issue me the copyright. Very, very funny. You can't copyright the alphabet. It's silly. No one would think of such a thing, which is true. You can't copyright something you didn't invent. Well, I thought of it. Are you going to give me the copyright? You mean you're serious? Certainly I'm serious. No one has ever copyrighted the alphabet. That means it still can be copyrighted. Not true. And, sir, you will kindly issue me exclusive rights to the English alphabet, or you will have to reckon with these dozens of lawyers who were kind enough to come along to protect my rights. Wait, I'll have to confer with my associates. So he goes out. And he does get his copyright. I've got it. I've got the copyright. I, Prankster, own the English alphabet. Word hurtles across the nation of the Prankster's incredible stroke. Is it true that you've actually copyrighted the alphabet? It is. And here's some ultra-special news for you. In 24 hours, no one will be able to write or print a word of English. The Prankster has opened offices in the ultra-modern Ramsey building. Interview him. That is, unless he is prepared to pay me or my agents, I think I did this out of order, suitable recompense for the privilege. That's what he said. Make room for page 1. You mean no one will be able to write unless he pays? Surely you don't expect to get away with this. I don't only expect to get away with it, but I am. Come on, Lois, before we're scooped by all the other papers. The man's mad. If his scheme goes into effect, it will not only threaten the freedom of press, but wreck the country's entire financial system. Someone ought to stop him. If only Superman would do something about it. So he decides to do something. And he goes to Prankster and his gang, who, for whatever reason, shoot at him with no effect. Now that you've had your target practice, it's my turn. Bravo, excellent exhibition of superb fisticuffs. Mind if I look on? Not at all. What you saw was just preliminary to the main event. Run for it. By no means. I consider this visit from Superman nothing less than an honor. So he drags him to the fellow in charge of the patent office. Pardon the intrusion, Judge. Or to a judge, I guess. But I'm anxious to learn from you whether the prankster can get away with copywriting the English alphabet. This is unorthodox, but since you wish to know... Yes, the prankster is completely within his rights. He obtained the copyright legally. He is entitled under the law to any just fees he chooses to exact for permitting the use of the alphabet. But as to your kidnapping a citizen and bringing him here against his will, oh, that's all right, Judge. I enjoyed it. Thank you for the advice. I will return the prankster to his office. And then he does. Poor Superman. He's tempted to shed tears on his... tempted to shed tears on his behalf. So that's the great Superman. I'm not sure who's speaking. I'm giving everyone Prankster's voice. So he's out there now getting money for every printed word. Ta-ta-ta, dum-de-dum. Not bad for one newspaper. There are some 1,500 daily papers in the country. Ta-ta-ta-da-dum. All right, get out. So one fellow says, I fail to see why we should pay you a cent. We send only the spoken word over the air. It's the radio. But the performers work from written scripts. If you don't pay them all, pay all your announcers and if you don't pay, then all your announcers and performers must speak extemporaneously. And so they do with no success. To speak without a script. I give up. You win, I lose. That's better. You're lucky. I haven't decided to double the amount, but I may at that. So Lois says, I can't understand why Superman lets the prankster get away with it. Maybe your hero is slipping. What can I do? The prankster has the law on his side, and I won't flout justice at any cost. So all the lights go off in Metropolis because they have letters on them. Now that I've got the idea for the great American novel, I'm not allowed to write it. I'll have to go back to earning an honest living. I think being a writer is an honest living. So everyone's complaining about the fact that they have to pay the prankster. We've outsmarted you. We'll print only pictures with no captions. You forget you'll have to print the magazine title on the cover. Also, the price. Pay up, pal. So the prankster puts out his own magazine, the only one able to put in written words. Boo-hoo, because of the terrible prankster, I won't be able to assign you any written homework tonight. Plus, you can... Okay, if they're not making money off of it, then you can do it. But Warden, the only thing that stands between me and freedom is the signature on that paper. Sorry, it's illegal to write without the prankster's permission. And here, of all places, we should uphold the law. So Superman decides he's gonna do something about it. So he looks in on the prankster. It's kind of tough to catch the fellow who put out unauthorized bootlegged magazines. They work underground, conceal the magazine in loaves of bread, etc. The dirty crooks. They can't do that to me. It's not legal. Business is swell. Every time anybody writes a word, we get richer. Yeah, you gotta hand it to you, prankster. Thank you. I am clever, am I not? Sure, dough is pouring in. But do we realize the profits in the millions we advanced? Soon, gentlemen, very, very soon. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'll retire to my newly purchased mansion for some well-deserved rest. So Superman's seen enough. He goes back to the office as Clark and gets a message from Lois. Clarks, I still don't think the prankster could be straight. I am going to search his mansion for clues. If you wish, you could join me. So he heads there, doesn't even have time to put on his Superman costume, and finds her sneaking around the house. A knock at the door. So in comes what looks like the guy at the patent office. I'm tired of waiting for the money you promised me. There's plenty of it. Help yourself, fool. He knocks him out. And now both of you can come out of hiding. I knew you were there all the time. Why didn't you say so sooner? The principle of the cat playing with the mouse. Oh, my head. Two of a kind. Perhaps you understand my scheme now. The man you see chained there is the real copyright magister. I had him kidnapped, placed my confederate in his place. You see, the real register would never have granted me the copyright. I knew this racket wouldn't last forever, so I'm fleeing at once with the loot in a big cartoon bag I've managed to acquire. If this gas doesn't kill you, the flames will, for I intend to set the mansion afire. My dear comrades in crime will believe I perished with you. Farewell. But the criminals show up because they didn't trust the prankster, and they grab his money and put him in the same situation with Clark and Lois. The must rescue the others before it's too late. Instance to act. Give me the wide open spaces. Superman, after us, quick, get through the gate. Here's where you get the gate. Look out, he's charging us. Jump. The crime kids vacate the car just in time for, as Superman's figure crashes into the auto, it shatters to fragments. Break it up. Speeding after the scattering figures, the Man of Steel hurls them one after another to a tree's high branches. I'll take care of the money. Yeah. Speeding back into the house, Superman frees Lois and the real registrar. Thank you for the timely rescue. But where's Clark Kent? He requested I transport him to the Daily Planet so he could score this scoop. I could hardly turn him down. I suppose I could ask you to release me, but no doubt you'd refuse. Superman turned the loot and prisoners over to the police. The funds were distributed to the rightful owners. Thus ended the great ABC panic. As for the prankster, he managed later to escape his cell and bedevil Superman further. But that's another story.